What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Straw 2. It's a miracle. Can you tell? This video's in 720p. Finally. So yeah, I'm just watching one video today because it's half an hour long anyway, so it's going to be slightly shorter than usual, but it'll make the trial even as we go along. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, right. So once I'm done this trial, which will assumedly be next week, considering that I'm going to go through the two more trial videos on Monday and Wednesday, and then the post-trial probably on Friday, that means I'm going to have to do something else. And I'm just wondering on your opinions. I have two potential ones that I was thinking of. One would be Persona 4. Because I got Persona 4 Golden on Steam, so I can actually play it without a PlayStation. I know there were people who wanted me to play Persona 5 a while ago, I think, but, you know, something like that. Either that, or I could just, like, do some random stuff like I was doing intermittently before I was doing this, like go back to doing more Hunger Games videos, Among Us, all that stuff that I said I was going to do that got eaten by Straw 2. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's start this thing already. Didn't come down? Alright, we're talking about the staircase. Or did you mean to say you didn't come down by the stairs? It's still very loud. It's probably because, you know, I don't get what you're trying to suggest. By not coming down, I meant I literally stayed there. Investigating. Uh-huh. Then how'd you explain what Bubblehead saw? I don't know, how do you explain what she saw? Because none of us really know right now.
What? Me? Again? Wow, I'm so important.
You said so, right? The albino girl fell from the top floor.
Yeah, but that's...
Wait, hold up. What did you just say? Sora fell from up there?
Well, I'm not entirely sure if it was actually Sora, but shortly after we each picked up our books, I was on the first floor, and as I was going up, I saw someone falling from above.
And you're saying that someone was Sora? You think this is some kind of joke? If someone had actually fallen from that height, we would have had a trial for 2 dead people right now. There's no way someone could survive that kind of fall.
I know. You're right.
Okay. Well, that was easy. What? So what are you trying to say?
I'm being totally honest here, so please hear me out. I don't know how it happened, but she just went through the ground and disappeared.
Somebody bring a doctor or something. She's clearly gone nuts.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I really did see it. I saw Sora disappear through the floor.
Everybody's just like, oh man. Didn't you say just now that you weren't quite sure it was Sora? And now you are?
'Cause I saw a lot of white.
By Bubblehead's words, we can see that albino girl fell from the top floor of the power room. Or to the power room. Duh.
What?
What kind of idiots do you think we are? I thought you were the smart one here. This isn't some fantasy. This is reality we're dealing with. Yeah, virtual reality, maybe. Reality, huh?
What difference does that make? I mean, we're not technically in reality right now, are we?
What? How did you...
I got the reset code and told me a lot of stuff, probably. I don't know. Nosy must have told y'all already, huh? Well, I knew that fact. I know that fact isn't the issue right now. The important thing is, as long as we're in a virtual world, what she said ain't quite the most impossible thing. I'm not saying that everything's possible just because we're in a virtual world. There are some rules and logic behind all this, but...
Phasing through the floor and then suddenly teleporting does sound pretty unrealistic.
Huh, who would have thought?
But considering the tower's structure, the power room should be located under the first floor. Oh. I didn't know that. So then maybe that secret passage isn't that. And under there should be another room. Right. And the evidence to support that is the hidden passage. Okay, that's interesting.
Secret stairs.
Take a look at this. If you push the wall with cracks inside the power room, there are stairs that lead to a floor below the power room. That's kind of redundant, but whatever, I said it. At the end of the stairs, there's a door that seemingly leads to a secret room, but it won't open. Like the main entrance of the tower where we were trapped.
Yeah, that's a weird part. I still don't know exactly what that means.
So, I fail to see how that makes any difference.
If Sora did fall through the first floor and went below, then she might have arrived at that place beneath the power room. If there's a room below the power room connected to it, that means you can enter the power room through that place.
Mm-hmm. Wait, even if there are some stairs leading below the power room, that doesn't necessarily prove there's a room beneath it, right? The stairs might have been there for decoration or something. Decorative stairs? That don't...
Though there's no definite proof about that place's existence,
it'd be more like a trick than a decoration, I think.
I do have some clues supporting the phasing theory.
Besides the lighter thing?
What do you mean?
I actually don't know what this is, because I don't remember all the truth bullets, but we'll see.
Tested it myself when I dropped my lighter from the top floor, just like Bubblehead said. Lighter was nowhere to be seen.
What? You know, I was just thinking, it would have been so great if Yuri was still around right now. Hear me out. Because we could have convinced Yuri to jump from the top of the tower if a girl would throw him, right? And he wouldn't have even have died, probably.
So, you mean the lighter also went through the floor and disappeared? Just like Iroha said it was with Sora? Are you sure about that? Maybe you just kinda missed it.
I do agree that it's a ridiculous theory. Didn't have enough time to experiment through it thoroughly, but these proofs do increase the credibility of my theory.
Sorry for the dog.
And we actually have someone who can testify whether it's true or not. Albino should know it herself if it actually happened to her.
But she's not going to say anything is the problem. Because of some reason. Nobody knows. Dum dum dum.
Sora, did you really go to the power room? Why?
What do you mean, why? She didn't go there by choice. She fell through the floor.
I know nothing of this.
And even if I really did go through the floor and arrived under the power room, how would I have survived such a fall? I don't know, maybe there's like a pool of water underneath. That's usually how video game characters do it.
That's if you consider the problem from a realistic point of view.
Maybe she really just fell into the void.
Considering we're working with what if you went through the actual fucking floor, don't you think asking about fall damage is pointless?
Fall damage. Well, clearly there is fall damage in this game, though.
It's virtual reality. The sky is literally limitless.
I'm wondering... Okay. So here's my thought. This goes along with my theory that the island is gone, which is still kind of weird considering now the monocruise is back, so I don't know how that would even work. But if Sora did fall through the floor into the void, most games have some sort of... Well, some games anyway, where the void is a possibility. We'll have a corrective measure where it'll teleport you back to whatever spawn point the map has. So maybe Sora just fell through the floor and appeared in the power room because that was like the map's default spawn point. I don't know. Could be.
This can't be called deductive reasoning.
I've never seen her look like that either.
We must calculate this case through logic and order. You're basically throwing everything out the window. And saying, because virtual reality. How can any of this be logical reasoning?
I'm not...
If what you said is true, then I doubt there's even any meaning to this trial anymore.
I mean, technically there isn't. If you died, you just go back to the real world, so...
You think I'm the one who makes the rules? Believe me, I don't want to do this way any more than you do.
Why would it be less? I don't want to do this any less than you do? That means they want to do it.
Sure, the rule's basically non-existent, but who cares? All's well that ends well, I'd say. I'm all for it if it's the most efficient route.
I will travel through the void to get my speedrun record.
If I can pin down the culprit and end this class trial, who cares about how we reach that conclusion?
That all sounds good, but...
Even ignoring all that, suppose my reasoning really is complete BS. Why are you getting so worked up? Why the hell are you getting so flustered about it?
Yeah, you'd be one to get frustrated rather than flustered.
Look around, albino girl. Take a look at what's become of this trial. You're not to play a character anymore.
Sora, you didn't, right?
Well, there's no denying at this point that Sora is a prime suspect in this case.
No, you're wrong. Shut the hell up, Mikado.
How did we even arrive here? Wasn't this trial about Nikki and Yuki suspecting each other?
Told ya. This case is literally only about 3 people. Yuki Maeda, Nikki Yumuri, and albino girl.
Pretty sure that's what he said.
Nikki Yumuri and Yuki Maeda testified that they both lost consciousness. So the only person who was awake to see the whole thing was albino.
So, unbeknownst to Yuki and me, Sora was related to all of this?
No wonder you're confused. We didn't even have all the info yet.
Sora?
Now speak. Tell us what you did in this case. Or I'll stare at you with my stink eye.
Are you gonna tell us? Please? Come on, Sora. You've been helpful in every...
There's one thing I need to ask.
What?
Iroha, you said that you saw me fall from above.
Oh, she saw who pushed her, too, because she turned around.
But didn't you also say that you were with Yuruko this whole afternoon?
What? Yeah. I met up with Yuruko after I saw that whole thing.
Is she trying to shift the blame again? Come on.
Sora, answer me. Don't tell me you didn't. Did you... Are you really the culprit?
Why is she looking so solemn? Yuruko, I'm not the culprit. The culprit is Nikke. Here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again. What? Why are you still on about?
No, you're the culprit. There's literally no other way. I'm not bluffing this either. It's because of something only I know.
So you did something. Huh.
Ooh, what does she mean by that?
Did Nikke push her off the balcony?
Though we can't confirm whether she's the culprit or not. One thing's for sure. This case went through a lot of people's hands.
Please explain, Sora. For my poor little heart, if nothing else.
As you've deduced, I did go to the power room.
Why? Well, okay, no, we know why she went.
And I saw it.
What? Come on.
Shinji bleeding on the ground and Yuki running away.
Okay. That doesn't prove it was Nikke yet.
Yuki?
What? What are you talking about? Yuki, you can't hide it anymore. If you don't tell us the truth, we can't proceed with this class trial. No way.
Wait, what? So Sora and Yuki were accomplices or something?
I don't believe it. You saw my crime? There must have been some mistake.
My crime, eh? So you did attack Shinji Kasai.
What?
Uh-oh.
What? Yuki attacked Shinji?
See? I told you! Yuki's the one!
I think we might have to hear what happened from Yuki before we listen to Sora's story.
Wasn't Sora's story supposed to place the blame on Nikke?
This is getting a bit messy. As if it wasn't enough mess already. But I guess I need to hear the stories first.
Is this gonna be like with Sakura where everybody attacked him once, and then we're gonna find out who actually did it? Burnt stun gun, shards of glass, Monaco files, bruises, and secret stairs. Well, it's obviously not the secret stairs. We had to use that.
I saw it myself. Shinji lying on the ground, bleeding from his neck, and Yuki running away from the crime scene. Okay, that was really hard to read.
See? I told you! Yuki is the blackened!
Why on earth would I stab Big Bro? Even the monochrome files mentioned the wound on the neck caused by something sharp. But the crime scene, there wasn't anything sharp enough to use as a weapon.
Yeah, it does seem weird that Yuki would attack Shinji when they were practically brothers.
I know we shouldn't put emotion into the equation, but with no definite proof, I think I'll have a hard time believing Yuki's the killer.
This is a problem. We'd have to settle for Yuki's story first before we listen to Sora's. The glass. Yeah. Did Shinji go like buck wild? And Yuki was like,
Bro, don't shoot me with the gun.
and then Shinji was like,
Sorry, I gotta shoot you with the gun.
because I could see like Shinji having some sort of a breakdown, but I don't know.
No sharp weapons, my ass. The floor was literally full of it. Full of them.
The floor was full of weapons?
That is a weird way to phrase it.
I assume you're talking about the glass shards.
Oh, see, now you're chiming in. Yeah, though I wasn't able to find one that had blood on it due to the fire. The weapon's 100% those shards.
Wait, hold on. The 2 stab wounds. Did Yuki did Yuki attack him and then somebody came in after to save him from being the culprit? Oh dear.
But I still wouldn't have any reason to stab Big Bro.
You know what's the funny part?
What?
No one here said Shinji Gisai was stabbed to death. That girl only said he was just attacked. And the news he said he was dead on the floor. You're the one who's saying he was stabbed. Why is that?
What? Well, if you look at Big Bro's neck, the wound is...
Sure, the neck did have a deep stab wound. But do you really think anyone else other than me noticed that?
I don't know, maybe Sora? What do you mean?
Stab wound? Yuki, what are you talking about?
The wound on Shinji's neck wasn't a stab wound. It was more like a cut, wasn't it?
What's going on?
So it was a stab and then a cut. I see.
Idiots as usual. Even I'm not surprised at this point. At this point, I gotta wonder, is it even worth explaining it to him?
Yes, because if you don't, you literally die. The double wound phenomenon, right? You already passed it. Yeah, there you go.
Look at this wound. Simply put, one's a cut, the other's a stab. As I expected, you all thought there was only a cut in his neck. But there's a stab wound beneath it at a similar angle. Judging by its state, the stab wound must have been made first.
Somebody forgot all the stuff we did last time.
In other words, Shinji Kasai was stabbed in the throat once and cut once more afterwards.
Ouch!
So they're 2 different wounds? I never knew that. Only Shobai could tell the difference between them. And yet Yuki specifically said he was stabbed, when no one other than Shobai acknowledged that.
Hey, Yuki. It's time you stop avoiding this. Just tell us what you did. Is he like dying?
Heart attack!
It's alright, Yuki.
Huh?
You're not the culprit. That much I can guarantee. So it's time you tell them the truth. No matter the result, I'll protect you. Sora? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Okay. Oh, interesting reaction. Okay, Yuki, we get it.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm better off dead. I've sinned. I stabbed Big Bro, like you said, with a glass shard on the neck. Ah!
oh, jeez.
Yuki, calm down.
I know I asked you to treat me as if I wasn't here, but can I just say one thing? I know for a fact that a person like you wouldn't stab Shinji without a reason.
That... I agree. Just what happened between you two? The beginning's the same as what I told you before. After Nikkei said Big Bro could be the traitor, I was being cautious while investigating. When I suddenly got attacked by somebody from behind after being ambushed, I lost consciousness. And when I came to, Nikkei was knocked down on the floor, and Big Bro was holding a gun in his hands with a scary face.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that part's the same as what I experienced.
I was scared. I don't know if it was what Nikkei told us. But it didn't feel like the big bro I knew. You all know how he acted weird lately, right?
The PTSD stuff.
I was so scared, I was frozen stiff. When he suddenly came right at me, I thought that Nikkei had just been killed by Big Bro. So when I thought I was going to be killed, my body just reacted without thinking. I grabbed the shard of glass lying on the ground and went straight for his neck.
Hold on. Why did he attack Nikkei and Yuki in the first place?
Well, obviously he was a traitor, just as I suspected. After being pressed on by me, he revealed his true colors.
What? But I thought...
Even as he got stabbed by me, he grabbed me and threw my body away. If I stayed still, I might have died from that. Next thing I knew, he had crashed into the wall. The ceiling and the wall came down, and Big Bro was buried under the debris while bleeding out.
What? How did he end up on fire then?
When everything was over, the horrible realization came over me that I had killed someone.
I get what you're saying, but there's no reason to be that hard on yourself. If you're telling us the truth, it was more like an accident than a murder.
Yeah, but in the eyes of the crow. But the rules of the killing school trip never considers the context of things. There's no manslaughter charges here. If there's a dead body, somebody has to pay the price. By your logic, Hibiki's case was an accident as well, as she was only used by Kanade. Yeah, that's right.
I know that! Don't you talk back to me!
Yuki, what happened next?
What do you mean, what happened next? My mind went blank. All that I thought to myself was that I needed to get away from that place. Far away.
And you didn't even get rid of the evidence?
Yeah, as the hostess said, it was more of an accident than a murder. That's why Yukimeda ran away on the spot without doing anything. And Albino Girl witnessed Yuki running away. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Why does Shobai keep making memes?
You're right. I guess this is the end for me.
Oh, he's doing the sad smile thing. I hate that.
I'm sorry for lying, but even if it was an accident when I killed Big Bro, it was actually... I just wanted to live.
Yuki, it's not over yet. Oh boy. You're not the culprit.
What do you mean? I stabbed Big Bro! That feeling of sharp glass plunging into his flesh, it's still haunting me.
The culprit is Nikkei. Here we go again. Sora, you've been at it constantly, saying I'm the culprit. Are you trying to pick a fight with me? You think I'm gonna keep tolerating your shit? You saw how I looked at Mikado.
I feel like I need to apologize to Nikkei.
Yeah? What? Now you're just confusing me.
Now that Yuki has come clean, it's my turn. After I went up to the power room and witnessed Yuki running away from the crime scene, the first thought that came to me was that I couldn't just let Yuki be the blackened.
Oh.
What?
Here we go.
I
don't know why. Maybe it was from witnessing my friend committing an actual crime. Or maybe it was some other unknown reason. But I wasn't ready to let Yuki down just yet.
Yeah, some other reason indeed. Yeah.
Would you just cut to the conclusion? You're really dragging things out. What did you do?
I want you to first understand that at the time, I didn't fully comprehend what had happened.
Dun, 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 dun.
All that I knew was that Yuki had definitely stabbed Shinji, and that Nikke was knocked out cold. I tried to be calm and walked up to Shinji when I noticed something. Shinji was still alive and breathing.
Okay. That's expected.
What? He was alive after getting stabbed in the throat?
I mean, it wouldn't be expected normally, but given the case...
Is that really the truth? Maybe it wasn't a direct hit. I don't know for sure. But he was alive. Probably only for a few minutes more. I first thought of healing him, but it wasn't like I had any medical experience. And if Shinji died while doing so, Yuki would be the blackened for his death. So I decided to do something else.
Wah wah.
What did you do? I decided to protect Yuki. I decided to make him not the culprit.
Wait, did you make Nikke do it? Wait, no. Don't tell me you did that. Sora, you didn't...
Yes. I delivered the finishing blow. The large cut on the neck was caused by me.
Okay, well that's a little bit less.
Sora, are you crazy? If you did that, then you would be...
Why?
Why would you do such a thing for someone like me? Perhaps I had a better option. But at the time, that was the only way I could have thought of.
Oh boy.
It was like I was getting led on by some strange memory.
Okay, it's pretty much confirmed at this point.
Oh.
Is Truria finally realizing, or what?
Wait, but that would make Sora the culprit.
But it doesn't end there.
Oh, no.
You'll all probably hate and despise me for what I did, but I'll tell you the truth.
Sora?
Did she actually make Nikke do it while he was unconscious?
Hiding the fact that I went to the power room, insisting on things without any evidence to back it up. I apologize for everything, but I couldn't bring myself to tell the truth. But I guess I must tell you the truth. The truth about the horrible sin I've committed. Even as I was thinking to do something as despicable as ending Shinji's life, I still valued my own. My body was trying to save Yuki, but my head didn't want me to die. So I used someone else's hand instead.
Wah wah. Yeah, even Shobai's like, what?
What do you mean? Well, I did cut Shinji's throat.
Oh boy.
I didn't do it myself. I used the hands that belonged to someone else to do it.
I can't believe this.
Someone else's hands? I don't get what you're trying to say.
You... Maybe she is a good apprentice for you, Shobai.
Amazing. Never would have expected such a result. If albino girl is telling the truth, then we have our culprit. The culprit's identity is...
This is too easy, though. That's my only hope now. There's still 2 more episodes left. Come on. Stop it. Stop. You're making me dizzy.
So it's you. There was only one other person there at the crime scene. Nikkei Battle used his unconscious hand instead.
I'm so sorry. Friendship off. No fucking way. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. It's not true though. There's like that doesn't explain like half of what's gone on yet. That explains the knife wound, but that doesn't explain how he got on fire, how like the bruises ended up all over his body, any of that. Why he was doing it in the first place, where the gun went. We still don't know a lot of stuff. The stun gun as well. So, yeah. What do I want to say about my theories? Well, when Sora's talking about maybe it was some memory that made me protect Yuki, I think it's pretty much confirmed at this point. I think that she is Akane somehow, whether she's actually alive or she's like an alter ego version. I don't know. But it makes sense why she doesn't have any of her memories, because if she remembered who she was, things would be very complicated right now. But it also kind of fits the Chiaki role of being someone who's there to like watch over everybody, because she was put there by Mikado to watch over Yuki, to make sure he didn't get into trouble. Like that's her purpose in being there. Because obviously they're trying to turn Yuki into Utsuro too. That's their plan, right? They're basically doing Junko's plan of replacing the Ultimate Despairs with herself, but instead they're just replacing old Yuki with fake Yuki. So that's something. I'm still confused. I feel like, given that this is a case 4, there's a chance this is a suicide and everybody gets through. There's a chance, right? Although, like, if you were going to commit suicide, I don't think lighting yourself on fire would be the way I'd choose to do it. Especially as, like, a fireman. That seems a bit, weird. Like, you know how bad fire is, right? It's just weird. It's just weird. Also, come on, Sora, how could you do this? It's not really her fault, because she's basically being mind controlled by the program, or by her former self. This is also so sad, because this is exactly what happened to Akane the first time. Like in another one, she was basically normal until she remembered who she was. And that she was obsessed with Utsuro, and then she became evil. And she had her like redemption moment at the end where she sacrificed herself to save everyone else, which is still sad. And this time I feel like it's just gonna be that again, almost. Like, oh, that's so sad. Yeah. Anyways. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget, leave a comment down below if there's any games you'd like to see me play. Specifically, if you'd like to see me play Persona 4, or if you think I should just go back to doing some random stuff as we wait for Chapter 5. Because I'm going to wait for all of Chapter 5 to release, so I can know that I'm getting the whole picture. Because doing it in like one episode here, one episode there, it'll be less satisfying. People will forget what I'm saying. I'll forget what's happening, you know. So yeah. Okay, bye.